Hey, testing. Testing 1, 2, and 3. Guess that makes 6. Why don't they just say 6? 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to have math. Oh, what's going on? It's dark in here. Let me see if we can get some light. There we go. There's a little light. Get all the sound equipment up and running correctly. This is a very impromptu live stream, unsuspected and undetected. So it'll probably just be me in here. And anybody that's very dedicated. Very dedicated. Very, very. I have no very dedicated people so far. Oh, there's one. There's one very dedicated person. Miss Diva, how are you? Let me crank this thing down. Getting the luxurious studio up and going here in the right way. And there's a Ragnarok. Good evening, sir. Good to see you. Let's see. Okay. Looks like y'all can see my eye. Can you hear my voice? Am I coming in loud and clear like a 5x5? All this wonderful video that you're seeing. Oh, yeah. Y'all ready for the cold? We've got that cold weather coming in, y'all. Lord help us all. It's gonna get chilly. Man, I ain't been live. I ain't been live in so long on my own channel. I don't know when the last time it's been. It's been a while though. I forgot how to do this mess. Oh, I forgot how to do it. Got no thumbnail, no previous announcements for anybody to follow. They just gonna have to look into it, I guess. Diva, you probably ain't gonna get cold out there. Man, we are. We're gonna get cold. We're gonna Halloween night and the next night, or I don't know, it's gonna be 2 nights of below freezing temperatures here in the Birmingham area. Art Wild Man, great to see you, brother. It's gonna be cold down here now, and I'm not gonna be 80 and then 65 and then cold. But it's gorgeous out there. It's been gorgeous for this last week, so that's not bad. It's beautiful weather out there right now. Janet's Cruising Homestead. That's right, in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. Get you close enough in on the global scale. Man, it's gonna be cold. 2 nights below freezing. I had to leave the water running and put on an extra blanket. I kicked myself. I should have had a campfire going because this is a perfect night for a campfire. It ain't even cold out there. It's like, what is it, 70? I don't know, it's 70. It's about 70 degrees out there right now. Perfect kind of night for a campfire. You got to count on it to keep you warm. All right. I ain't got this thing figured out. Can y'all hear my voice? Good enough? Whether I speak English well enough for you to understand, that's another thing. I'm sorry, there's only so much I can do with that. She's a minister, okay. Now let's see. That's pretty cool. Where do you live, Miss Janet Cruising Homestead? Hello there, Josh. Gardener Josh, good to see you. See Janet Cruising Homestead. Did I just meet you recently? So many people out there. I just met a lady recently that has a house, and she's also got a van. Oh, you 15 minutes south of Broke Farmer. Okay. All right, so you over there in Georgia. I ain't even sure where Broke lives. That's too close. If I lived that close to Broke Farmer, I'd probably move. That's too close. Oh no, I love Broke Farmer. He's a good guy. He is a good guy, and I really like him. Man, let's see what else we got in here. Uh, we got Canada in here. Canada is represented by Diva in the Dirt. Yeah, I know y'all have had cold weather up in that area last few days. Let's see, we got Art Wildman Survival coming in here from Arkansas. And we have got Ragnarok coming in from Pennsylvania, I believe. I'll say Ohio again. He's going to be ready to fight. I think it's Pennsylvania. Who else? Gardner Josh from Oklahoma area. Who else? Got a few other people. Got some folks being all quiet. That's all right too. They help out. Lord, y'all. We got gardens have pretty much done their thing. Whatever somebody's going to do for gardening in the northern hemisphere, it's about to wind down. Let's say in Texas or Louisiana or Florida, and they'll be getting theirs kicking in. Today was 48, but 2 days ago it was 28. 28, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's cold, see? That's what it's going to be here. Yeah, everything's dead. It's a good thing about this cold weather, though. It'll put that singe real good on all the kudzu we've got around here. And it'll kill that back. It'll spring forth in the spring. It'll come back. If anybody wants kudzu, let me know. I'm offering good deals on kudzu starts. Just get with me. I'll get you all you want. I hate kudzu. Cindy Squirrel off grid. You been lurking? Been squirrel lurking over there? I guess that's okay. I guess. I don't know. I'll let you get away with it this time. She's used to lurking in case she's outside and there's a bear. Oh, y'all, Cindy's got bears and stuff up there. I cannot imagine go out to feed the chicken and there's a dang bear. Mr. Butler, it is great to see you, sir. You got some you will give also. Oh, okay, yeah, you got some kudzu. I was like, wait a minute, what's he giving away? What did I promise to give away? And I forgot. Yeah. If you've got a volunteer tomato, you can cover it up though, and give it enough airspace in there. Trapped air. You sure can save it for a little while longer, but it's a losing battle or a chore you fixing to take up long term, one of the two. I'll tell you what though, gotta love the tomatoes, the volunteer plants. I love seeing those come up and seeing other plants that come up from seed left over in the ground. You know, something goes to fruit, and then it drops seed there. I love that. That's a neat thing. They're all like the little wild children. Yeah, it has been a little while. We're getting got the weights in now for ShedWars. Done put that out there, and people been sending in their emails and all. And oh, huh, there's some people out there that have grown a lot of food, and there's some people that have grown very little food. And no matter where they are on that scale, whether you grew a pound or whether you grew over 1,000 pounds, it doesn't matter because it's a team effort. It's just like life, that we all got a different race. That's the thing about ShedWars and what we like to do. It's all different people, you know, whether you're in a house or an apartment or a big farm, whatever it is. We care about people. It ain't all about the weight, kind of. The most important thing is people. The competition is secondary. You got bears and kudzu there too. Yeah, yeah. Down here in the south, we got the black bears uh, moving through, and of course we got cougars and alligators and several species of snakes that will try to end you if you're messing up. Team Wilson. Mm, yeah, you might want to do all the cheering you can because after I make some of these last minute adjustments that Wilson and I have agreed on, you know, it's will change things a little bit. Not much, but maybe it'll be enough. Oh, Wilson, yeah, Team Wilson, y'all have done well. You've done very well this year. I gotta say, I appreciate you being in here, Maureen. You know, appreciate it. Even though I believe last night I said that or yesterday we're gonna take off your weight. You broke the rule. That was pretty serious offense there. You know, had to had to do that executive decision there since John wasn't around talking. Had to roll with it there. Mm-hmm. I thought we got 6 people left in here. We done had people and done lost people. That's right. That's what it goes on these live streams. Last minute stuff here, man. And it was just before I start. I said, you know what? Maybe I'll go live tonight. And then there was about a shotgun blast full of lots of little pellets, all hit. Ding, 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 ding. It's like everybody that got a YouTube channel went live tonight. A bunch of them. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody's got their gardens squared away and they are ready for winter. And I hope that people that are planning on doing some winter gardening. I am. Got to do some rearranging around here, and I'm going to do some winter gardening. Heck, I might even crank the greenhouse up to full sail. We'll see about that. I don't know. Got the plastic for it. Just gonna have to evict a bunch of blackberries and poison ivy. That'd be good to do during the winter when all that good juice is down there in the roots. Won't be all up around me trying to offend my body. Gardening Warrior Q, great to see you, my main mod. YT wouldn't let you in the chat. Well, I don't know why not, but I'm glad you made it. There's somebody that's going to be doing some indoor winter gardening. That's Gardening Warrior Q, right inside the apartment there. You don't like a lot of winter crops? Well, yeah, you do some cropping inside. Yeah, a lot of times your winter crops are like, the sturdy. Nickel stacking. Good to see you, sir. Um, winter crops is like, it reminds me of like Russian gardening, all the sturdy plants. It is a toad eye, sir. Aye, American toad. Northumberland Acres, good to see you. Coming in here from the great white north of America. Have you got snow yet? Out there in the mountains out west, Montana, I believe. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can grow inside. I'm gonna be, if I can make the room, if I can make the room for it, then I'm gonna do some cool indoor gardening kind of things, concepts, some things that people can do. Little things they can do with their kids or inside, whether they got kids or not. But something they can do inside, growing food, indoors, in the winter, have fun doing it, make a little something to eat there. Oh, Ontario. Ugh. Why am I thinking? Why am I thinking that you're in? Oh, it's hard to figure everybody out. I swear, and keep y'all straight. Large Homestead, it's good to see you. Okay, so Northumberland setting up there in Ontario. It's Little House in the Big Woods is who I'm thinking about. She's out there in Montana, up in the mountains. Got Mama Al coming in here from Memphis, Tennessee. Mark's Homestead is coming in from Texas, maybe. Stuck in between halfway, right? Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Hello there. Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah. The Canucks. Got my Alabama farm life. One of my neighbors coming in here from souther in Alabama than I am. And she's probably got a bunch of pumpkins that has taken over her place. Yeah. I remember what she put in, and she put in a lot. Her and Tony probably was in a competition to see who could, have the least amount of area to walk around. Oh, silly pumpkins and watermelons, man. They love to hog the land. I can't have them here. Drought took them out. Bless you. Uh, I hope everything is going well for y'all, whoever you are, wherever you are. I hope you're having a good life, good evening, good week. I hope it has been. There are so many that haven't had a good time lately, and so just hope everybody is. World Series, go Rangers. I don't know what that is. The World Series, I think that's baseball. Chef Stacker, L.A. Hello there, sir. Coming in from California area. Different groups of people in here. Oh man. So this will be our 5th year for ShedWars that we're wrapping up. And we're technically in ShedWars 24 now. Technically. We got to get them details of how we're going to do all that coming out soon. Yeah. Go year round. So wherever you are in the world, you can go ahead and take part in this wonderful thing we call ShedWars. Let's see here. Somebody sent me a massage. Okay, 2 or 3 people sent me a massage. And if I press the wrong button, I will be gone. Oh, I understand that, brother. Technology. So, I used to be pretty technical minded. Now it's just like a pain. It's like, yeah, just work, would you? That's all I need you to do is work. I don't want to have to figure you out. What are you doing over here? Got a dog making a different kind of noise than she ever had before. Scratching something that needs scratched. It's a quiet night here at my place. I didn't really have a plan too much. Just thinking about these. We're going to have to wrap up the season, and declare winter, and going over the weights and everything. Everybody's done pretty good, but thinking Team Aquarius might have this sewed up. We might just squeak by another win this year. Might, like I said, with some of the stuff me and Wilson been working on, because I do his work for him. He don't like to interact too much, so it's all on me. I don't think so, Lark. I don't think so. We could. Who knows? We'll find out, right? When we reveal all the weights and everything. Thinking about maybe when you do a live stream tomorrow night or Sunday night. I don't know. Get this wrapped up over the weekend and focus on ShedWars 24 and kicking off the winter gardening for us here. Most of us is pulling up the blankets and starting the fires and everything. Hang on, y'all. Cynthia's Crafts and More. Good to see you. My girl coming in here. Oh, I'm about to fix you something. Cynthia, I don't know. I guess you still hanging out with the hospital. I'm not sure. Maybe home. I don't know. But you frustrated me, Cynthia. It is good to see you, but you frustrated me. I'm gonna tell you what. I asked a lady. Now, she's been up there getting some of the hospital food, right? And y'all say a prayer for Cynthia. She's going through some stuff right now. Proud she's here. One of my best and longest supporters, longest and best supporters. But I asked her. I said, what would you? Because I made that little that little Hawaiian demon kebab video the other day, and I wish I had made it better, a little bit more professional, right? Because that thing's got like around 300 views now, or almost 300 views. The folks clicking out of it, right? Like I should have done a little bit better with that. Maybe not show too much of a hillbilly fooling around with charcoal. I don't know. Michael Sharp, good to see you. And so she liked it. She said it looked good, I think, and kind of made her hungry. And she told me what all she ate there and everything. So I gave her a choice. It's like, well, what do you want me to fix for you? I'll fix a meal here. That'd be that. And she went off all this list of everything that she's eating there, and then everything that she likes. And you know what I realized today? I said, she just pretty much, says, well, I don't care. You whatever you want to cook. Ain't that like a woman? You know, I say, honey, where do you want to go to eat? And she said, I don't care. I don't care where we go. You decide. That's what you did to me, Cynthia. I'm supposed to be immune from that now. Oh, I'm gonna cook something for you, and it'll be for you. I don't know. We'll have to. It might give you another chance. I don't know. I'll cook so whatever it is, it's going to be for you, Cynthia. The next meal's on me, right? But apparently, that putting a bunch of meat on a stick with some pineapple and bacon, people like the ideas of that, and then they hear me talking and goofing around. They say, I ain't got time for this guy. Oh, Lord help me. This YouTube thing, y'all. Michael Sharp's coming in from Florida. He's down there doing a monster gardening effort and feeding the raccoons. You know, he's always feeding something. He's feeding us fish or probably lizards, and I don't know what all he's feeding down there. Anything wildlife, he's feeding it. That's a good thing right there. And so long as the raccoons are okay with it and don't get all rowdy with you, it's all right. But it's one of the things where they say don't feed wildlife. Uh, there's some places where we used to go and for our vacations down in Florida, actually, a military base, R&R, and squirrels. The squirrels were, they had to run the place. They would come up. They would come up and steal right off your plate. They were that bold and that domesticated. They definitely needed to be chased around with a 22 rifle a little bit, but it was fun. Let's see. There goes another one. There's so many people going live tonight. Halloween weekend. Halloween weekend. That's right. Michael's a good old dude down there. Does a lot of gardening. Yeah. It's when folks start thinking they're in the Disney world, and start feeding the deer, and anything big enough to stomp you, right? That's when things get interesting and people get educated. Oh, so yeah, let's pet the deer, and then the deer all of a sudden just decides to be a deer and have a change of heart about your relationship. You've got who's slashing at you, so to be careful with that. It's nature. It ain't Disney. But Michael got one coon at least that he's got it just about tamed down to where it will come up and eat right out of his hand. Last time I was watching, that coon would come up, take a couple of steps. No, no, you got to set that on the ground. Set it on the ground. I'll get it. I don't trust you like that. We don't know each other that way. Just gonna set it down right there. Then I'll come up and get it. Oh, yeah. There have been some people that have really surprised me this year. People that, they exceeded any thoughts I had of what they could grow, right? Um, we had some people that pretty much doubled their production. Tourists fed the gators on Disney properties. They attack people. Not funny. It is. Yeah. Yeah. Please don't feed the gators. don't you don't want wildlife. Don't want wildlife. You know, being that friendly. In fact, folks is chasing the deer. I mean, feeding the deers. They need to be chasing them around with a paddle or something, a stick, scare them a little bit. It's funny when you watch those shows, watch those videos of people out in Yellowstone getting up close to the bison out there, and it's like, Lord help them. That these people not have YouTube, and they getting up there. They get up. Oh, I'm going to make a selfie next to the bison, and then bison flips them about 30 feet into the air. That could go real wrong because you could be flipped up into the air and right into one of those dang hot acidic springs and just get boiled. Your day would go from bad to hell real fast like that. You know, people didn't have much of a plan tonight, right? Just just doing a little thing here. Bunch of people on Will It Grow. They're going to be have to make some adjustments to things. Some of that weight's going to be coming down. It's stuff I've talked about before in the past, or if I didn't, I meant to. Official rules, you know, that will affect the weights of everybody's teams. Um, okay, Cynthia, you're home. Good. I'm glad. They did. I mean, how you going to go up to something that's as big as a truck? It's wild, and they don't understand your need for a TikTok video or a Facebook selfie with them. You know, I see it, and they got the people out there feeding the bears. They feed them bears, and the bears get more tame and more tame, and then things happen. People don't need to be treating them that way. That's why we got so many dang cats and dogs. See, oh, cheddar cheese. Yeah. Oh man. Anybody got any big news in their world? Yeah. Everybody quiet. Hmm. I should be out there cooking right now. I should have been cooking today. Maybe I'll cook something tomorrow and use up the last of these nice warm days that we got before it gets cold. Yep, gold's going up, and I didn't get enough on that last dip, but that's all right. I'm saving some dry powder. Maybe it'll come back down, and I'll get me a little bit more. You have a headache, Large? I'm sorry. That's a good reason for being quiet. Can't hear yourself type. It can't do nothing there. Just tired. Glad to hear the gold's going up. How silver? Well, silver follows gold. Yeah, everything follows gold. Anything that's used for a safe haven, really. Yeah, I was shocked at how fast gold moved though, because it went way down a couple of days ago, and if you bought gold in that 5 minutes and could get it, at that spot price, you did well because it took a deep turn, and then sometime during the night it shot right back up, and the closer we get to setting this world on fire, the higher the price of gold gets. If if you ain't got none, it's a good time to have. That's something I always encourage people to do is to have some gold and silver and add to that a little at a time. 'Cause that is money. White rice, 2 eggs over easy. Okay. Yeah, Ragnarok. I saw your post on that black walnut powder. Yeah, we had that going in a dehydrator. Oh, 2019. That's nice. In other words, I'm always hoping for it to go down. Always hoping for gold and silver to go down so I can pick up a bunch. Cynthia, you sure me and you might be tied? I've got some cayenne peppers. I got 6 little tortured cayenne peppers out there that I'm going to bring in and try to see if I can have some cayenne peppers growing in the middle of winter inside. I like to do weird things like that. Oh, but my blackberries and my strawberries and my blueberries and every other kind of berries, they did me pretty well this year. TN Bushcrafter, good to see you. Yeah, man. Well, you need to keep up with that, Diva. I know how much I've got in mine. If you don't know how much you got in your ingots, you know, but you got a 100-ounce bar over there. Huh. Everybody should have a 100-ounce bar of gold. Everybody should. Just let it sit there. I use mine as a doorstop. People think it's fake. Let's see. Bacon, sausage, English muffins, and hash browns. It does sound good. That sounds like something I have to go pay for. I don't. Well, dried up leftover pizza is is a lot of times what it might be around here for breakfast. Man, you were so hungry, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Okay, so you were so hungry, and now you coming in here talking about all that stuff that I don't have and making me hungry. That's not a very nice thing to do. My plan is Scotch bonnets and pepperoncini growing indoors this winter. Probably start them this week. Maybe a couple of varieties. All right, cool. That's good. I'll tell you what, if you got the way to grow stuff in the winter, it's a good thing. If nothing else, I always encourage people if they eat sweet potatoes, if they grow sweet potatoes, please by all means grow them indoors in the house all winter long and make slips all winter long because you can make them right from the vine. It's the simplest thing to do. They're like weeds. Okay, it it is so simple. You can break off a branch of a sweet potato, and if it happens to land close to dirt, it takes root. Right? They're so easy, and that's what they're doing. They're growing them in the winter and making slips off the vines, and you be overrun with slips when it comes time in the early summer or wherever you are to plant your sweet potatoes. And I believe that you can have yourself some actual sweet potato tubers. If you got light, they'll produce. I had in my greenhouse that one year I had the greenhouse up in the winter. I was growing sweet potatoes in there and green beans, and I had all that going in January and February. So I know here in a greenhouse I can grow year round. Yeah, and them sweet potatoes, they was about to run me out, and the green beans because it's rattlesnake beans. And so you can grow your food during the winter. You know where you are. Even places that are way up north where they see a lot of snow and ice and cold temperatures, you can. But you got to go with underground or you know built inside of a hill. I've seen one YouTube video where they went out to this man's house. His place was built into a cliff, right? The rich guy, right? Had this cliff hollowed out, or this bank hollowed out. It was a cliff, though. And had a great big old room in there with his greenhouse. Glass wall, and it caught the sun as it come up and everything, caught all that sun. And he actually had a coconut tree growing inside this gigantic underground, greenhouse. And that was in like Sweden or somewhere where they get lots of snow and cold. But it was a huge, like, coconut tree that they had to snake it around the room. And it was decades and decades old. I want to say 60, 70 years old or something like that. I don't know. Down to 14 degrees, down to 7 Fahrenheit. Wow. I've always wanted to grow fava beans. Haven't done it yet. But people need to be thinking about that, because the news, the news and the things that you hear about seldom are encouraging anymore. And people really need to let that sink in if they haven't yet, Uh, it ain't sunk in yet, but you need to be growing some of your own food, or attempting to. It might be a wake up call for folks. I don't know. Everybody needs to have a deep pantry. Let's see. Hide it. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Washington. Huh. Land food for the next 3 months. Bless you. I'm gonna make you some spicy food over here. Maybe we'll boil shrimp one night. Put a steak on or something. And that might make you hungry. So that might you might be mad at me if I do that. Be Cynthia's dinner party. Oh, or maybe I'll just make up some oatmeal, right? Go and have a meal with you like that. See, I just got me some fresh oatmeal to put up for long term. Got my rice and beans going and my oatmeal. Yeah, yeah. Got to make sure you take out them beans out and shrimp. Some people it bothers. It don't bother me. I just peel and eat. Just go through them. I ain't worried about that vein. Not worried about it at all. I'll tell you something I have not now. Now this is bothering me now. I'm starting to have a craving for this. I have not been to any place. You know how them all you can eat seafood buffets? I have not been to one of them in a long time. And I think that my body is craving crab legs. I think it is. And I can eat me some crab legs now. And not like it was when I was a kid, when I was a kid, 16. Ooh boy, I had a fire in me. I had fire and muscle and stuff to do. I needed fuel. And I could wipe out some all you can eat buffets. I don't do so much of that now. Woman outdoors, hey, it's great to see you. You ate a pound. What you ate a pound? Crab legs? Oh, I don't think I needed to know that. Hold on, let me move back here in the chat. Let me see something. Ah, thought I missed somebody coming in. King King crab legs. Wow. You know, I'm so glad you told me that, Woman Outdoors. That's really special. Right here when I'm craving it. Hello, Cowgirl Homestead. Good to see you. Detail? No, I don't worry too much about the details. Baroque. Uh, everybody don't need to know all the details, and I was wanted to know whether or not I was going to tell them. I probably won't tonight. This administration stuff, back here when I'm figuring out the weights of what everybody's turned in, and some of the the fees for the shout outs, that I've given, and some of the things that people might not have even realized where they kind of incurred on the rules. And I'm having to apply that and and adjust weights as we go along. You know, like say somebody like just doing our best with her abuse of the chickens. You know, little homestead by the beach, darling. If I'm live, you ain't missed much. You ain't missed much at all. With my voice here that is extra tonight. I don't know what I've done to my voice this last couple of days. Uh, let's see. Little homestead by the beach. She is up there. Little homestead by the sea ice beach. Don't be thinking she's somewhere tropical. Okay. No. Uh-uh. Oh, she's up there in the cold now. Got big old icebergs and stuff floating by her. Oh, I can't do it. Can't do it. Let me see here. I'm missing chat. I know used to have these defame things. Right. It does overcook, man. And yeah, you lose a lot of flavor with no shell, and I think the poop must impart a little bit of flavor in there too. Makes them better, I think. And if somebody's worried about that, I don't know. Some people gonna I can't, and I understand it. I understand. Okay, I don't worry about the shrimp, the vein in the shrimp. I know what it is. I just block it out. I did have a moment, when I was younger, and I learned what that vein was, and I saw it. I'm like, oh no, this ain't good. Granny's, yeah, that's poop. And she's like got her thumbnail in there scraping it out and everything. And she had that little red thing that you run up in there and it all pops loose and everything. It's like, oh, that's poop. But I got over it, thankfully. Right. So shrimp poop don't bother me. I love shrimp so much. I just, boom, I'm just churning and burning, just going. So we got 16 people in here. Maybe we'll do us a little. We'll just find out, right? So put in the chat whether whether you want whether you mind a vein or not. Uh, Vein or no vein. Put that in the chat. Let's see who you people are and what kind of freaks you are. You eating it with the vein, or you having to get it out of there? You in good standing? I don't know, Woman Outdoors. I don't know. Vein, okay. Go dead that way. Wait a minute. Vein or no vein? Little meat of shellfish will unalive you. That's a bad thing. You definitely don't want no vein because that's just insult to injury right there. Don't want to be unalive by no shellfish. Okay. Well, I'm gonna come back to you on that, Janet Cruising Homestead. Come back to you. D vein, we got Oh, let's see. It's not looking like my vein people are anywhere in here. Woman outdoors, vein or no vein. I, I hate to say that y'all don't know what's good, but that would sound kind of weird when we're talking about this. Just some stuff don't bother me. If it's something like, if it's something like chicken, oh yeah, we want that vein removed. Mm-hmm. Anything like that, but shrimp ain't no big deal. Okay, all right. Everybody that's going to take part has put their part in. So let's go back to um, Janet's cruising homestead. All right, defend yourself, Miss Janet. Tell us now in this chat, enlighten us as to why we can um, that keeping the vein in the shrimp is a bad thing. How we can unalive ourselves with that. Need to see this. Need to hear it. I'm guessing she's typing. I don't know. I have run through. I have run so many pounds of shrimp through my body, um, and I ain't been unalived yet, Don. Why is this live going on without me knowing? Well, John, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Well, I just decided to go live. It's been a while since I seen the folks out here. Crab. Yes, sir, crab. There's some good stuff. Some wonderful stuff. Okay, Janet's Cruising Homestead. Y'all quiet now. Come on. I need facts. Frog legs. Yep. Frog legs. Clams. Yeah. I don't do too many oysters either. I don't like raw oysters for sure. And if I don't get them raw, I have to chew them up. Eh. But we do have somebody that does love some raw oysters that just popped in the chat. He loves raw oysters all kinds of ways, and that's because he is an oyster farmer. You know, and that's my brother Willett Grove there. Sanding clams is another story. Yeah, I don't like no sandy stuff in there. No, no, no. Yeah, I don't put too much. Now I'll go for some crab, but no squid. No squid. I don't put too much of them on a hook in a hot day, and they were smelling bad. And I swear I smelled like them for a month afterwards. So I don't do squid, but I will end some lobster population. God, I'm gonna have to go to Red Lobster, y'all, or one of these Chinese buffets. You get in and you know, pay the one price, and you just sit and eat like a monster. Just keep going back to crab leg. Oh, you've been here 4 hours. You go now. Yeah, yeah, and I can see where if the vein in shrimp, it might, somehow it might cause some people sometimes some problem. Good night, Diva. Glad you can make it. Yeah, yeah. John, how are you doing? Would you like to come up here? I meant to tell you that I was going to do this, and then I almost did this. Almost did I? Or did it slip my mind? I think it must have slipped my mind. Done had something happen here. Done got something messed up here. Maybe it's the reception. All of a sudden, I've lost my little iconage. OTWP, hello there. How are you, sir? All right, let me see now if I can do this. Invite guest. Okay. Copy. Copied it. Let's see. I'm fixing to end this live stream by accident because I forget which one I'm supposed to crunch. All right, let me just let me post a comment. If I can, we'll test something else too while we're at it. All right, we'll put this link up for John. There we go. Boom. It says chat. It ought to say enter. Lord. OTWP is a busy man. Appreciate the thumbs up, brother. Let's see here. All right, John, there's your link. And I done lost my eyeball. What in the heck is going on? Odum's Homestead, good to see you. How you been doing? We're back at it. All right. Good night, OTWP. I'll tell you what. All these videos about this time. It's about this time of the year when I'm ready. Just about everybody's ready for a break from gardening. Anyhow. Like, oh, if I see one more video about gardening. Oh, I'm doing okay here, brother. Doing okay. Nice evening. Ain't gotta have the air conditioner. Ain't gotta have the heat. I kicked myself because I should have planned this as a campfire event. Well, let me see if I got John up here. Well, I can't see your face, John. Might not be you. Got to see your face. I don't trust anybody that don't show their face. Okay. All right. It's John. I don't want no happy sausage time up here. It only takes once, right? All right. Here comes John.
How you doing, Rob?
Hey, John.
What's going on? This is a surprise little live stream you put together here.
I just thought I'd come and say hey to everybody. You sound a little upset. What, I got to let you know everything I do?
Well, the title of your live stream is ShedWars, and I think you should. I mean, what are you bragging about? That
I'm not bragging about
I'm going to
anything.
go back and watch. I'm going to go back and watch from the beginning. Like, are you trying to pump up your team and tell them that you guys are winning and you guys are going to win? Is that what you're doing?
I haven't done a whole lot of that. No, it's all.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because I do have some Asians in the chat here that I see, and they will report whether you're telling me the truth or not.
Well, you and your Asians do what you want to do. But as far as that goes, yeah, Team Aquarius, second year. We got this. We got this. Yeah,
You're that confident, huh?
yeah, pretty sure.
Well, we're gonna find out on the live stream.
Yeah,
We're gonna do a live stream. What, either tomorrow or Sunday?
either one would be fine with me. I wanted to talk to you about that, see what we're gonna do. But you need to be ready for some disappointments, John, because I'm having to make some changes, or some changes to some of the weights that's out there, because we got some people that broke rules, you know.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
aware of that. I'm aware of that, and that includes, and as the marshal, that includes looking at some of the misfits and also some of, Team Aquarius.
well, here's a letdown I can tell you right now. It's just doing our best. Let's just use her as an example. I gave her lots of warnings throughout the season about how she was exploiting her chickens and not giving them a break.
Ooh,
And she's
Woman
out there.
Outdoors.
Yeah, she's put through so many eggs. It's just not possible to do that without, like, putting those
Yeah.
chickens through some terrible things. So I'm probably going to disallow all her egg weight, um, because it's not.
She's been pimping her chickens.
Yeah, basically she has,
Yeah.
and there's no excuse for that. I mean, eggs weigh they weigh a lot, and she's cranked in a lot of weight. But I'm thinking about the animals, and people don't need to be encouraged to pump out, to make their chickens pump out that much eggs. She's got
Yeah,
eggs everywhere.
I mean,
Have you seen them?
she does have some beautiful birds there, and they're very high producers. But I mean, Woman Outdoors. I mean, I have to side with Robert here. Where, I mean, come on, pimping your chickens for egg laying. I mean, come
Yeah,
on, what are you feeding those things?
exactly. And
Wow,
they're probably going to, it's whatever she's got for eggs. I don't know, probably 500 pounds of eggs. I don't know. I'm
that's
going to take
awesome.
all of it. All of
That's
it's got to
awesome.
go.
That's awesome. The
Yeah.
Ragnarok. I did get your text messages, and I'm sorry, I was out in the oyster farm when you were texting me, and I did not get a chance to get back to you. But nice to see you, sir.
Yeah. It's
Turn,
been a
yeah,
busy.
Ragnarok did an amazing job. He emailed me his weight, and
Oh,
he
did
did
he?
an amazing. Yeah, he did an amazing job. So
Well, we'll see how that shakes out. Um, we'll see how that shakes out, because I am still the dictator. Let's see, got somebody here. Um, nothing. Baroque Cowgirl Homestead. I do not know, but she has found a way. She's out there squeezing them or something. She's squeezing them or putting them on some insane high protein uh, diet with some type of amphetamines or something. Long live coins. Hey there, great to see you. Um, and She's not going to have that.
no, I
That's not
mean,
what this is about.
I
Chicken
think
abuse is not what we're going to stand for, right?
no. Well, I don't call it chicken abuse, Robert. What next year? I mean, this coming next year season, Woman Outdoors. See, she just made us want to go into details over the winter where we can't accept pimping your chickens. She's pimping her chickens out to lay so many eggs. It's unbelievable.
That's right. Now, the people on my team, I have encouraged to, have their eggs the right way and not to exploit their chickens. And living a rogue life. Great to see you.
Hi, Carla. How are you, my secret agent? I mean, living a rogue life. How are you?
Uh, yeah, there's chicken squeezing going on, and I never thought it'd be a problem, but it is on your team, John. Will it grow?
Yeah, I know she's my teammate, and I drafted her, but you know, I can see where it's like, how can those chickens lay so many eggs? It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well, it's
know,
gonna
I mean, it's unbelievable. How, you know,
I'm not going to report it to the ASPCA, but I'm going to handle it within our game structure. And
yeah. So before we do our live stream tomorrow or Sunday, I need to talk to you, and we're gonna go through all the penalties that certain people have accumulated, and we'll go through. We're not gonna tell each other the weights. We're going to keep our weights secret, like we do every time, until we announce it on the live stream. But we are going to talk about the penalties that some people, unfortunately, you know, were able to gather.
yeah, well, you be a little crazy with them penalties. You're a little crazy with them, and that's none of what I'm talking about doing hadn't been anything wrong with that. But I mean, some of the people had to be penalized. Some
Yeah,
of them
no,
had
I
to.
agree. I agree, but we have to figure out, all the penalty weights for each team and the misfits too. The misfits have a couple of them that, you know, they don't know it yet, but it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The misfits think that they're all so nice and clean. There's a reason why we named you misfits, or
Yeah.
Wilson named you misfits, is because you break rules. And they
Well,
thought that they were just going through this whole Shed War season like golden on a pedestal, like, oh, we're doing everything right. Oh no, trust me, we've been paying attention, and you have been breaking a lot of rules, you misfits.
but Wilson even laughed, man. He was like, laughed. And I said, "What you laughing at?" He said, "Some of my crew." And I said, "What?" I don't know, man. It's rough. The misfit ship is looking a little rough. They're looking rough.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Yeah. Broke no rules. Now,
No, and and folks, we will be announcing. I will be doing, and myself and Robert will be announcing also who the MVP of the Shed Wars 23 is going to be. And you are going to get a special, whoever the MVP is going to get a special t shirt, one of a kind, just for them. That's going to be sponsored by me and Robert together. You're going to get a custom T-shirt. Last year was Remy from Remy's Homestead, and we will be announcing a MVP. That should be exciting.
yeah, it's whoever had the largest overall weight, and then but each
It's
each
not
team.
necessary. Yeah, it's not just the overall weight. It's also the participation
That
is
is true.
is important too. Is the participation? It's the weight, the involvement. We take everything into consideration when it comes to MVP. Is involvement, weight, you know, all of that.
Yeah, because this year, well, every year is an experiment. Let's see. Okay, so Larks has just decided to forfeit some of her weight because I just tried to let it, let me show that. I don't know if it is showing or not, but um, when you go insulting the dictator, it does not go well for you. Um, so we'll just peel off 100 pounds of whatever you had before. Keep running your mouth because your little container garden is gonna go down, down, down.
Yeah,
Fast.
Lark's homestead is, she's great gardener. She does great stuff in her backyard with the pots and stuff. But man,
Mm-hmm.
that woman, she's got a mouth on her.
Yeah, she does have a mouth on her, but she can garden, man. I'm gonna tell you what.
I know she can garden, but
Right.
man, she's got an attitude and a mouth on her, and I'm gonna show her. I'll teach her
Her,
a lesson.
her, and Diva.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
Washington too. Yeah, they're very strong personality, and they have no idea. They can't fathom who it is they're talking to when it comes to the marshal.
I still remember thinking about Diva when she put in her entry video. It's like, I'm up in Canada and I've got this. And it's like she shows her little backyard and everything. I was like, what? What is Canada? I mean, she's in Canada and she's got this little backyard. She's got a few chickens. What is she going to do? Woman did good. She amazed me.
She
And
is good.
same thing with Lark. She comes on there and says, well, I've got some containers here. I grow in containers and I'm going to try to poke some plants in these bags of soil and see what happens. And, you know, blah, 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 just downplaying, and that's probably something I ought to take off because they were actually downplaying their skill. And that's like cheating, you know. They were probably trying to throw me off. Yeah, something like that. And I'll probably take off some weight for that too. All kinds of ways, man. Because if I'd have known that, you'd have been on the dictator's team. I would have had you. And then you come up and have all this weight to show. No, I don't think so. I think there'll be an adjustment made. That's some of these little last minute details. That's some stuff that'll be going on that I will not talk about here, except a little bit, you know. But that's what we have to do because things happen, stuff gets broke, and then we have to glue them back together. The way we have to, we got to put the duct tape on there or use super glue, whether it's the runny stuff or the gel. We don't know what we have to do to keep it running. It's always an experiment. This year's brought challenges. It's like every year. It's always something. When you're doing something nobody else has ever done, it's always a challenge. Gorilla
Well,
glue. Might have
yeah,
to use that.
yeah, but everybody did a wonderful job overall. Period. Everybody,
Hey,
they did a great job, and it was a pleasure, to have everybody participate to their best ability. It definitely
yes.
was.
Yeah, it's been fun. And the folks we got here in the chat and a few others that couldn't make it, you know, there have been
Wonderful
some
people.
some amazing gardening, great people. Um, Miss Baroque Cowgirl Homestead, she's down there in the Texas sun.
Yeah,
She
yeah. I mean, that temperature, 115 degrees. I mean, how can you grow anything in that?
and she had corn growing before most people had stuff in the ground, just because of where she is. And then we've got the people in Canada when they're sitting there just chomping at the bit to go, but they can't because there's 6 feet of snow out there between them and their garden. You know,
I
so
still, I still can't imagine how can anybody live in Canada.
I can't.
I can't imagine. Like it's gotta be so depressing. Like you get 3 months of summer and beautiful, and then all of a sudden, oh, here we go, 6, 8, 9 months of cold.
Hmm.
I don't know how they can do it. I don't know how.
I mean, it bothers me because if I get in the car and drive anywhere north, like 30 minutes north of here, I start thinking, it's in the back of my mind, what if I break down? Do I have enough food? Do I have anything to make a fire with, you know? If
Yeah.
something's going to happen.
But then again, at the same time, I can't imagine anybody living in Texas where it gets up to like 115, 120 degrees. I would not leave the house. I would absolutely not leave the house. It's like I find New England to be the sweet spot. You know, you get beautiful summertime weather, you know, for 4, 5, 6 months. And then the wintertime, then comes fall, and fall and spring are the same. It's like you never get winter time in New England. It's always it's always nice. It's like fall and summer, and that's it. There's no winter.
Hold on. I got to do something before I go, though, and then pop back. All right. There's only one problem with that. There's too many Yankees up there in New England.
And what's wrong with Yankees? You hillbilly. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Before he left, he had to stir the pot. Now too many Yankees. Like there's something wrong with Yankees. Yankees are the bomb. You know, we're straight up shooters. You know, you got your hillbillies and your rednecks down south. You're the ones that are a handful to handle. There's nothing wrong with Yankees. How many times do I gotta say that? Bro Cowgirl says, seriously, John, we don't. We do outside stuff. Enough sun from sundown in the summertime. It's too hot to be outside during the day. Yes, I agree, bro, cowgirl. It is too hot to be outside during the day. And I don't know how it is. I mean, I could not imagine myself living in a place that gets so hot throughout the day. You know what I mean? Yes, that's right. That's right, Larks. A bunch of hillbillies and rednecks. You know, and I'm the only Yankee in this whole competition. It's basically it's me and Passamaquoddy. Uh, what you know? Who else? That are the Yankees. You even got Gardner Josh over there. He's from Oklahoma. Uh, what you call him? What he's a scooter or sooner or whatever the hell he is. He's a scooter or a sooner, whatever he is. Or is it a Husker or Husky or something? I don't know.
I'm back. I think he's an Okie.
He's a schooner redneck. There you go. Yeah, exactly, Josh. You're a stinking redneck. There you go. He's a schooner redneck from Oklahoma.
As long as we keep our Yankees up north, it's all good. You know, don't need a mixing down there in the south.
Trust me. True Yankees want nothing to do with the South.
Yeah. There's sometimes I wonder if they even claim you up there. Sometimes.
The IRS knows we're here.
Mm-hmm.
The IRS does not forget us.
I had tea in my mouth when you said that, John. Oh, God.
No, I'm saying we might be forgotten by the whole country, but not the IRS.
No, they're gonna remember you.
Oh,
They'll be there when you're born. They'll be there when you're born, and they're gonna see you off this planet too.
Oh yeah, they're gonna chase your ass all over the country.
I have missed some chat. Sorry. If anybody's come in, love the land every day. There you go. We're behaving. I hope you are. Don't come in here. Don't come in here talking a bunch of trash.
Gardening Warrior Q. Do you have some kind of foot fetish? Huh. Interesting.
Well, there's a lot of people think Gardner Josh he's got his OnlyFeed account up. They keeping the boy fed with them OnlyFeed payments. Oh,
Oh, before you know it, he's gonna have an OnlyFans club.
I got an OnlyFans.
Yeah. How's your garden? How are you, sir? Miss.
Hey, Glenn, out of garden.
Sir.
Man, coming in here from Florida. We had Michael Sharp in here earlier. Now we got Glenn. Got Glenn coming in here from like South Central or Central Florida over there. I saw him getting him some bananas the other day, and he's been sick lately. And I hope you're feeling better, brother. I hope you like over it now. I know we're both missing eyeballs right now. I mean, is that what y'all seeing? We look like a robot up here, like a robot, like Robin or something with a mask on, just our eyeballs. Don't know what's going on.
Carla, I'm sorry, Robert. Carla, living a rogue life. I kind of briefly read what you said there. Send me a text message on that drip irrigation system of exactly what you want to do with it, and we'll find something. We'll find something to do with it. My bad, Carla. My apologies on that. Send me a text, and we'll set something up to give away that irrigation system if it's still available. But that's very generous of you, Carl. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I protect people by not showing my face.
Cindy Squirrel wants to see my face.
I can't imagine why.
What do you mean? What is that supposed to mean? You know, maybe she. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
And see, that's why it's so hard to talk to you, because I got to explain things to you so many times.
Because of the shit you say. Like
the shit I say. Do you watch your mouth now?
Well, I'm a Yankee. Yankees have the freedom to speak their mind.
Yeah, and Yankees get fined too. Yankees get themselves in trouble. You're cussing on my live stream. I'm gonna take a little bit off your weight. I got about 1,000 pounds or more right now. By the time we talk, it's probably going to be more.
I could. Team Willie Grow can afford all that. All right, let me show myself to Cindy Squirrel. Hi, Cindy.
All right, there you go. You can see him now. Y'all asked for it.
You asked for it, so I'm on camera now.
Now we look like a one-eye robot. I don't know what's wrong with my frog. Dang it.
I don't know either. I mean, it's common. StreamYard, sometimes you have to reset, and I don't know, but you know, I used to have my cool little logo and all that stuff, and I lost it.
Oh.
And I'm getting too tired to keep resetting things back up and all that bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, see, John's dressed. I'm not. I'm naked and he's got clothes on. But I'm always naked.
I do have clothes on, and I haven't even taken a shower yet. I walked in the door like 3 hours ago and checking some emails and between phone calls to certain people and not ShedWars related, work related. I haven't even gotten to the shower yet.
Oh, it's been a crazy year.
Yeah, I'm fresh. I'm fresh out the oyster farm. I'm fresh out of the oyster farm.
Mm-hmm. It's got that come in with that fresh oyster smell on him. Lord.
Yeah. The whole house smells like an oyster farm.
Mm-hmm. Making me a blanket because I'm always naked.
Oh, and when it comes to shrimp, I don't care if there's the vein on it. I don't bother deveining because I always cook my shrimp. I like to cook is with the skin on, so I don't devein.
All right. There's one more. At least there's one thing that you and I can agree on.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't devein
let's
because the
celebrate that.
skin, the shell adds a lot of flavor to the overall experience of shrimp. And it's like, I'm not going to peel these things and devein them. It's like you eat a little poop. Look, I eat oysters every day, and oysters have a poop sack. And guess what? The poop sack is one of the tastiest things in the oyster, believe it or not. The poop sack is very sweet. Don't
Uh,
believe me.
yeah.
It's all
Mm,
about how you look at it because it's not, you know, uh, an oyster's poop sack isn't it's not like humans. So you have to, it's just people think that it's like, oh, it's a poop thing, and they automatically in their mind, they drag it to like, oh, it's like human waste. No, it's a totally different thing. It's totally different.
it's all algae in there.
Yeah, it's totally different. It's there's
Algae is
nothing
a
wrong with
plant.
it. Yeah,
Algae is a plant. It's like
e-
getting a smoothie. A veggie smoothie is
exactly,
what that's like.
exactly. There's nothing wrong with it. I
It's not
slip
the,
those things down all day.
not, not not like a not like a cow out there processing that stuff.
It's
It's a
it's a
different that's a
totally
different
different
cookie.
animal. Yeah, so it's like, a shrimp. Yeah, you eat a little, 2 inch or 1 inch little vein.
For
Yeah,
any of the people in here that are new, that may not know, this man I have sitting up here beside me is John. He is the captain of Team Will It Grow in our ShedWars gardening and homesteading competition that we have each year. And he is an accomplished gardener up on Cape Cod. And he is also a long-time oyster farmer. And got a lot of things going on up there. He's been oyster farming a long time and gardening a long time. So
yeah.
if you want the gardening or if you want the oyster farming, and that's your man right there. Yep. Gonna be taking us out and showing us some more oyster stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
coming up soon, I'm going to start vlogging some new content of oyster farming, of how it is I do it and get it done up here in New England. And some people like it, some people don't. But, you know, I think it's pretty interesting, and, we'll go from there.
that is going to be fun to watch. That I love whenever you show about your world up there and the oyster farms, or you know, it. At one time when you go out there and you're sitting out there and the sunrise is coming up, and you got your coffee and it just looks, it's so
You know,
nice.
Rob, funny you say that because this morning I got to the waterfront at 4:30 in the morning, and I was just sitting there with my high beams on, looking out at the water, pitch dark, and drinking my coffee, listening to the sports radio, and I'm like, I could never walk away from this job. It's like this is my workplace. It's like, as soon as 6 o'clock hits, it's like I'm getting in that boat and I'm going out to that farm and I'm going to go have a blast and I'm going to get paid for it.
Yeah,
I can't imagine anything better. When you sit in your car certain mornings and you have the window cracked halfway open and you have that ocean breeze hitting the side of your face and you're enjoying yourself a nice beverage, cup of coffee, whatever. Have you ever done that?
Uh, yeah, I've sat out there in the mornings and evenings and with a
And you
couple.
got
I
that
haven't.
nice ocean breeze just hitting you, and it's like
Uh, you're making
I
me hungry for an experience there, John.
I love that. It's like that's why I go to work. I go to work every day, like an hour and a half, 2 hours ahead of time, and it gives me a chance to think, okay, what needs to get done, how it's gonna get done efficiently, properly, and most of all, safety, where nobody's going to get hurt. That's very important that no one gets injured while they're out there. And for the past 20 years, that's something that I take very seriously is efficiency. Let's go out there, guys, and let's grab 100,000 oysters in an hour, 2 hours, and let's process them, sell them, and go home. And we'll do the same tomorrow. I
It's
love
great stuff, man. It is great stuff. It's great content because people don't see that side of oysters. They'll go somewhere, they'll eat eat a bunch of raw oysters or something somewhere, or
that.
they'll have something, and they don't know that much about
A
the behind
lot
the
of
scenes
work.
stuff.
There's a lot of it. It's a lot of hard work to get those oysters that you see in restaurants and stores to get them to your plate. A lot of work and sacrifice goes, especially in the wintertime, January, February, March. Well, not so much March, but especially February when it's, 17, 20 degrees and it's freezing. And you got to get out there and grab, 100,000, 200,000 oysters so you can supply the restaurants with. It's not fun for the guys. It's not fun.
That part wouldn't. Let me say hello to Mr. GT Junior Groves, Alaska. Hello there.
How you doing,
Good to see
GT?
you. And he said he knows about cold weather, and
Yeah.
but he knows about cold weather and growing plants inside the house in his garage, behind some heavily insulated doors with some artificial lighting. A man's he loves in some gardening. And Ragnarok asked me a question. So how do I eat my crayfish or craw? Did you say crayfish or crawfish? You said crayfish and I said crayfish. It ain't crayfish. It's crawfish. I said crayfish just to, yeah, yeah.
Crawfish.
It's crawfish. It's crawdad, crawfish. You
Yeah,
know.
you snap the head off and you suck the thing out, I guess.
Yeah,
I've
but
never had
see,
any.
he got to use that Yankee talk up there. See, he's definitely Pennsylvania. That's Yankee territory. He's crayfish. Oh, or Australian, you know. Now, as far as crawfish goes, I'm not a big crawfish fan. I don't. Now, I hadn't had it a whole lot, and I have not braved the suck the head thing yet. Right? I love
Crawdads.
me some
Yeah.
crawfish tails. Now, that's pretty much like shrimp right there. They're wonderful, and I've caught a few here throughout my life and cooked them up and eat them. And it's a little different thing when you're getting your crawfish out the wild and it's got all the mud and everything. And that's, believe it or not, that's something I've thought about doing here is raising some of our local kinds here.
Yeah,
Um,
Alabama and Louisiana were big on that, right?
yeah, Louisiana and Texas are big on it.
Yeah.
Mississippi has some crawfish industry, I think, but Louisiana and Texas. But people don't realize Texas ain't all dry. Texas has got a lot of different country. Um, they've got the
Well,
swamps, they've got the bayous,
well,
they've
it's
got
only
the
like the
open.
biggest state in the United States, so one would think. I mean, Texas could almost be a country by itself.
It pretty much could be. Um, uh, but we don't say that much about how big your country is when we got someplace like Australia out there, right?
That's correct.
I mean, Australia's a huge freaking place. It's amazing how big that tiny little island is. But
Yeah,
um,
I think Texas has it all, including loudmouths too.
got to, Texas got some loudmouths.
Yeah, definitely. Texas has everything, including loudmouths. You know what I'm saying, Larks? Oh, Robert.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Texas and Robert and
Hey, I'm
nudity.
sorry.
And,
She set herself up for that.
yeah, yeah. Lars got a mouth on her.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
set herself up for that, so I don't feel bad for the joke. She set herself up.
Uh-huh. I drove across Texas. I drove almost all the way across Texas on the waistline. Lord God, I've never been out west before. I took that trip. It was in the spring when the cactus was blooming, and I was shocked. I'm like, I could see something. I could see a light off in the distance at night, or see a mountain or something, and I'm like, when am I going to see what that light is? I've been driving now for over an hour, and I'm still not close enough to see what that light is. You get down there, and somebody's got a little fire going, or it's a police car. You can tell a police car because it's flashing red, blue. But good God, it can take a long time. You can drive an hour and a half or more, um, you know, before you, and at speed too out there. It's wide open as a cage. I ain't never seen nothing like it because around here you can't see, but you can't see around the hill, right? Um, your sight distance when you're driving or anything is normally just a few hundred yards. Um, Not sure you can get up to where there's elevation or something, or you see down the road, long ways, miles and stuff like that. But when I got out there in Texas, you know, that's some wide open out there.
I would
And
like to visit Texas one day. You know,
you had never been?
the farthest south that I had the courage to go to was Florida.
Well, Texas ain't south.
Well, yeah, it's
Texas is
southwest.
Texas is its own place, right? It
Yeah,
we
it's like its
claim
own little country. Its own little
we
country. Yeah.
we like Texas. We love Texas in the South, and it's cool. But they're honorary because in the true South, when you walk in someplace, they've got sweet tea, right? They've got pork barbecue.
Oh, don't get me going on you Southerners, you hillbillies and your rednecks and your teas and your teas and your teas and your teas. I'm sick of tea. When I went down south, I hated tea because of you Southerners.
Because sweet
Because
tea
when I
don't go
went,
with your bitter attitude.
I already told you the story when I went for a job contract down in North Carolina, and I walk into a gas station at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, "Excuse me, do you have coffee?" "Oh no, sir. Down here we only drink is tea. Would you like some coffee?" I'm like, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind a cup of coffee." "Yeah, well, we don't drink coffee down here. We drink is tea." Like, what about coffee? What's wrong with coffee? Nobody drinks coffee down in the South?
No, I don't know what ran with that woman you ran into, but we drink coffee down here and then switch over to tea a little bit later on a lot of times. But
No, but the only thing they had at the gas station was tea, 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 tea. And it's like, I don't want tea. I want a simple cup of coffee. Why is it
I
so
don't know.
difficult to get a cup of coffee?
I don't know, because you probably came in with your Yankee attitude and expectations of chop, 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 chop. And he just
Not
passed
my
it.
Yankee attitude. She obviously must have caught my accent or something. Like, oh, this guy's not from here.
Yeah. We don't serve your kind around here. Oh,
I mean, I could barely understand a word that was coming out of her mouth, to be honest with you. But it is what it is.
you can be a little hard with that Boston accent of yours to understand sometimes. But now,
No, there's nothing. There is nothing wrong with my accent. Okay,
I,
you hillbillies and rednecks are the ones that think that this you find it hard to understand, but there's nothing wrong with it because the rest of the world understands my English just fine.
mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you've come a long way. At first, when me and you met like 5 years ago, almost going on 6 years now, you had a hard time understanding me, but now you understand me just fine.
that's right.
Right,
It's
because
taken a while.
you got used to my tone and my speaking.
Uh huh. Yeah, it takes a minute, you know. Let
Yeah,
me
well,
see.
it took me a minute to understand you too. Like, oh my God, I can barely make out a word this guy's saying.
Went out to Texas and I stopped in. I stopped in at barbecue places all along the way. And when I got to Texas, I was looking for a barbecue place. I stopped in and they informed me that I could not get a pork barbecue sandwich because that was beef country. I'm like, what? I mean, who? It ain't barbecue. You got to have pork barbecue. Y'all ain't got no pork barbecue over here. They had chicken. You even get turkey barbecue probably, but you couldn't get pork. Had to go beef. Oh, and it's okay. Don't get me wrong. And I like me some different things that are cooked up on the grill, but I love me some pork barbecue. When you're talking about barbecue, that's what it's got to be: pork, slow cooked, slow roasted, and slow sweated it out on the grill, on the smoker. And I asked her for some sweet tea, and she said, "Sweet tea? And we've got tea, but we ain't got sweet tea." I'm like, "Where the hell am I? This is Texas, and Texas ain't got sweet tea." See, you want me to bring you? I can bring you some sugar water. I'm like, sugar water? No, just get me a Coke. Oh Lord, we got Pepsi. Is that all right? And I said, no, that ain't the kind of Coke I want. You you got a Mountain Dew? I couldn't believe, man, the people that asked me if I wanted some sugar water to go with my tea. I could not believe that. I was like, have y'all never heard of sweet tea? And apparently they haven't. Okay, Cynthia, thank you so much for coming in, darling. And it is great to see you. Hugs and blessings to you, darling.
Good night. I'm going to mute the mic a little bit more. The wife just got home and the dogs are going crazy, so I'll spare you guys.
All right.
I don't know if you can hear them, but they go crazy.
Yeah. They sound a bit like you. Sound like John. Yeah, Texas is a big old place. And, they got some big alligators down there. But I was surprised at the amount of crawfish and alligators and all that kind of stuff down there around, Beaumont and everything up close to Louisiana. But Texas has got a lot of sawgrass country, a lot of bayou country down there. Um, True southern states too. Mason-Dixon line is north of Maryland. Carolinas are southern states, yeah. But when you get north of North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, when you get above there, you get above Kentucky, or too close to DC, it ain't south no more. When you get above Kentucky is the line right there. And when you cross over into Ohio and Indiana and all that up there, you've left the South. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care where the Mason-Dixon line is. Baltimore is not in the South. Thank you. The South does not freeze like that. No.
I would agree. I would agree. Maryland is definitely not a part of the South.
No, it's not. I mean, it's historically for the war and everything, yeah, but that's when most Europeans was, still living up in New England area, right?
Yeah.
And down here was still some wide open country kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes, everything except for Florida, everything under the Mason-Dixon line was at one time. The South, including Florida.
Maryland's a part of New England, ain't it?
Yeah, Maryland is. I mean, all that area.
Maryland's a part of New England.
All in bunch of little bitty states crammed together with so many people angry at each other all the time. And to answer regarding Warriors Q's, the Florida is not in the South. The panhandle of Florida is in the South, but the rest of Florida is not. The panhandle of Florida is wholly owned by Alabama and a little bit of Georgia maybe, but the panhandle's ours. That's our extra beach, and it is in the South. But once you get around that curve and start heading south, that becomes the property of Cuba and the Bahamas and Canada. That's something different down there. Let's see. I don't care. No, Maryland gets cold. Maryland's too far north.
Yeah, see, that's the crazy thing that is astonishing to me in the past, 6 years is that, you like Texas and Georgia and North the Carolinas, like you guys in the wintertime, you're going below freezing and all that stuff. And it's like up here on Cape Cod, no such thing happens anymore.
Yeah.
No freezing, no snow, nothing. It's like you have spring, summer, fall, and no winter.
Yeah.
Literally no winter, like nothing. It's like, the coldest you get is like, 38 degrees, 40 degrees, and it's like, okay.
See, Maureen Washington, she's the diva of the West with her little island protected, place because they get the warm currents coming up off of the west coast of America, running right up there and changing her area and keeping her warm, right? And so you are the diva of the East, and you've got that warm current coming up there and protecting the little Cape Cod area and keeping it warm. So we got an Eastern diva and a Western diva.
Right. So there's a pattern that, it's going to take years. I believe it's going to take years and years still, but I think that the way the climate is, in fact, changing is that before you know it, and we probably won't be here to witness it, but it looks like it's on a trend where it's going to change, where the southern hemisphere is going to transfer to the north and the north to the south. If
Right.
that makes any sense. Where all of a sudden now, Florida is going, or Miami, so-called Miami Beach is going to be the tip of Maine and Vermont. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's going to change bikini season a little bit. They're going to
Right,
have to
where
wear
it's going to
fur.
be vice versa. It's going to be vice versa, where now the north is all of a sudden the places that are like, 115 degrees, and down south is going to be below freezing and snow
Ooh.
everywhere.
Well,
That's the trend I'm starting to see little by little.
well, if we have some kind of big, if we have a big event that is, talked about where we actually have the Earth spins, like all of a sudden decides it wants to move and take a 90-degree jump, right? Which it has been said that it's done that in the past, and we could wind up with a North Pole area being there in Florida. Um, places that are warm now will be frozen later, and the opposite of that.
Yeah, I'm no meteorologist by any means, but it's the trend where every year, every winter that goes by up here in the north, it's like, wow, this is unbelievable. Like, this is really unbelievable. It's, like, where the hell's the snow? We don't get snow anymore. At least not in Cape Cod. It's like, where's the snow?
Yeah, yeah.
And
You
every
got
year
that.
it's less and less and less and less. And it's like people tell me, "Oh yeah, we woke up and there's frost on the ground," and it's like, huh? It's like, what do you mean there's frost on the ground? I'm 70 degrees at 5 o'clock in the morning, and down in Texas they're at 40 degrees.
Yeah,
And it's like, huh? That doesn't make any sense. It's changing. It is changing.
yeah. We're talking about stuff that that people that study these things, and I'm not one of them. I study the people that study those things, but there's some crazy stuff that's happened in the past that the Earth has gone through, and if we go through it again, it's going to be a bad day for everybody.
The Earth is I believe the Earth right now is going through a change. Is going to it. I think it is.
I can't imagine and be down here in Alabama and like needing to dig in a hole or something to stay warm and you know cut wood and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I
but
see.
whatever you do, Rob, don't blame Donald Trump. It's not his fault.
Well, everything else is.
Well, apparently, but
Well,
not global warming. Don't blame him.
yeah, yeah. It does get cold here in the South, um,
That's
but
unbelievable. That's
it,
unbelievable.
it gets cold here. We had our lake. Our lake froze over solid for about half of the lake, um, but took it took a whole week of 0 degrees and below 0 degrees to do it. Um, it got real cold here. We had one of the big Arctic plumes come down here, and it was a huge one. And we went to 10 degrees below zero and more. Um, it might have been 19, 19 for one time, but it was cold. It had been cold that week before, like below freezing, and then that week it came in and went below zero, and the lake froze over, and there's a couple of a couple of newcomers from our southern border walking out there on that lake ice with their baby, and that freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah, no,
So,
yeah, I remember that. Me and you talked about that, and it's like, wow, that's insane. Like, what a danger you're risking.
yeah, because it was only part of the lake that was frozen solid. The rest of it was open, and you don't know how thick that ice is. And certainly anybody that just got here uh, don't know. They're just sitting there thinking, "Oh, I'm going to walk out here," and I guess they made it okay. Um, I was out walking with my kids, and they're like, "Dad, look out there. Do you see them?" I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Holy crap! There's people out there on that standing there, and they got a baby. Lord help us all." Uh, I'm pretty sure they made it okay, but you know, don't get too close to that edge. Yeah, don't stay here. It don't get cold and stay cold. It'll get cold. You got to cover everything up. Make sure your pipe's dripping and everything, and then it's going to get warm again. Doesn't stay cold long. Up north, when it gets cold, it's just, hey, we'll see you in 7 months. You
You know,
know,
the last time I can remember the temperature being below 28 degrees was probably like 6 years ago when I went to work and it was -7.
yeah, yeah,
And I remember that day out in the water. We went out to the water and I saw, including myself, there was six of us, grown men crying like babies. It was cold. I mean, cold. And we all got basically frostbite that morning. And
uh-huh.
it was freezing. It was like, oh my God. But we got the job done, but it was torture.
Yeah. I had a garden said anything below 70 is cold, and I've seen him out there bundled up before, and it'd be like, come on now, it ain't cold down there. But they're used to heat. They're used to a lot of heat and humidity.
Yeah, see, I'm not, and that's why when I go to like when the times that I went to Las Vegas and it's 107 degrees, 110 degrees at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, it's like I'm suffocating. I can't even be out there. I'm suffocating. It's too hot.
And they got them, like when it gets cold in Florida, one of them things comes through, and they got the iguanas falling out of the trees onto people because they're dead.
Yeah,
Frozen
it's too.
iguanas falling out of the trees. Oh,
Well, yeah, because you have tropical animals. Tropical animals all of a sudden put in a climate, and we're animals too. And when you put us into a climate that we're not acclimated to, it shows in us too, where it's like, oh my God, like this is too cold, this is too hot.
that's right.
We're animals too, just like any other animal. You take them away from their elements that they're used to, and all of a sudden that's going to affect, whether it's a raccoon, a snake, it doesn't matter. They're going to feel the effects too.
That's
They're
right.
not used to it,
Yeah.
and even it comes like, geez, it gets down to such things like even chicken breeds. Like this type of chicken likes the cold, this type of chicken likes the heat. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
This type of vegetable likes the cold, this type of vegetable likes this temperature. Everything has to do with the temperature, the climate, whether it's animals, vegetables, you name it. They're all acclimated to where this their comfort level is. Oak is not supposed to be grown in the north because it likes a lot of heat. But in recent years, the past 10, 15 years, oak can in fact grow in the north and grow very well.
Yeah, it can. But, when you talk about Oak Creek, and I know what you're doing, I know what you're doing with that Oak Creek mess, because you're like, this is how you're supposed to. And it's okra, you know,
That's
if you
right.
must say it that way, but okra is how it's said, at least here in the South.
It's okra is a Louisiana term. People from Louisiana use okra.
Yeah, well, people in the South use okra. Or we will say okra. We will, but when we're saying it proper, it's okra. And then we'll say, let's you know, Granny made up a big old skillet of okra in there. Y'all better get some before it's gone. And I guarantee it, I was in there. I was in there
I
before
do.
everybody.
I must say, when I grew okra 2 years ago, and my wife loves okra, and my I tell you what, I'm a fan. I like it.
It's hard to do it, man. It's hard to grow okra and Cape Cod. But you the man that grew a watermelon up there,
I
right?
did grow a watermelon up here. Yes, I did. I grew
Hmm.
watermelon. Yeah, yeah,
That's hard to do,
yeah.
even on your little protected little kingdom.
That's right. I did grow a watermelon. Yep. I grew. What was the other one I grew? That's that's that's. It's very hard to grow. What was the name of those? Was it cucamelons? No,
Ah,
Jahari melon. The
yeah.
Jahari the Jahari melon. I actually tried it and I grew it up here in the north. And the Jahari melon, man, that is a good melon. You want to talk about pure sugar and sweet? The Jahari melon is wonderful.
Yeah, I've had them African horn melons is filled with like this blue jelly stuff. That's a weird fruit. That is
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, that's the horned melon, the
Mm.
Kiwano melons also they called Kiwano melon. The horned melon, yeah, that's a native of Africa, and it tastes pretty much like a cucumber, except all you're eating is the slime and the seeds.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is very weird, but Robert, up here in the north, if you go to the supermarket to buy a horned melon or Kiwano melon, it's $5 a piece.
Yeah, I'll be growing some. I'll
They're
be
not.
selling it.
No, no. I grew it one year. I just for the experience. It grew like crazy, and those things it produced and it produced and produced, and I'm
Hmm.
like, I can only eat so many of these things,
Hmm.
and I got hundreds of them, and I didn't know what to do with them. But the vines, I mean, you want to talk about a vine? Those things, it's like overnight, they grow 2, 3 feet overnight.
Yeah, it's like kudzu's angry cousins that makes fruit. It's like spikes all over the place. The sap will burn you, and then you get this like funky jelly. You know,
Yeah,
little piece
yeah,
of heaven farm. Good to see you there. Got some heavy hitters walking into place here right now.
yeah. A little piece of heaven farm. Nice to see you, Jetro.
Mhm.
Oh no, it must be Cheryl. At this time of night, it must be Cheryl because I'm pretty sure that Farron is probably, he works so hard throughout the day. He's probably in bed sleeping. Did they turn in their weight, Robert?
Yeah, yeah, they turned in their way.
They did turn in their weight.
Yeah, 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 they turned in their way.
Uh,
Oh,
it must be a lot.
well, they've got a few pounds.
Yeah, well, you can give me a little hint.
Uh, they've got a lot of pounds.
No, like I mean a better hint than that.
You don't need no hint. You get
Uh,
no hint. You better be worried about yours.
I'm not worried. I mean, I'm pretty confident in, in what Team Willie Grow has turned in so far. I mean, so far it's only, like 10 people out of Team Willie Grow that has turned in their weight.
Uh-huh.
But as of tonight, this is the end where nobody else can send in their weight. It will not be counted after tonight. We were lenient. We gave everybody a chance to turn in their weights. So whatever we have as of tonight, midnight, is the final absolute cutoff. So
Living a rogue life.
so
Yeah, yeah,
basically what I'm saying is if me and Robert, like, there's a lot of you that have not turned in, emailed me your weights, or emailed Robert the weights, or for Team Misfits, Team Aquarius, or Team Will It Grow. And tonight is the absolute, at midnight is the absolute cutoff. So right now, who has not turned in their weight still has a chance till midnight tonight to actually turn in their weight. October 23rd was the final cut line, and we decided to extend it and give people a chance till tonight to do so. So I think that's pretty fair. So
yeah, yeah. There's a few people that
a
that
lot of people that have not turned in their weight. A lot
yeah.
of people.
It's been a year of challenges. We've got a lot of new people, and they don't understand. You need to keep up with what we're putting out there. And whatever.
But we're
So we
being,
always
but we're being lenient because once we get the Shed Wars 23, we need the weights so we can start Shed Wars 24. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's why
Well,
it's important.
yeah. 24 is on now. We are
Right,
in 24.
right. But we need to finalize 23 so we can definitely get into Shed Wars 24. So,
Yeah,
but a lot of people have not turned in their weight. A lot of
that's
people
right.
have not.
Yeah, we've got a few people out there that have not turned in their weight.
And as
And
of midnight tonight, we are going to stop accepting weights.
yeah,
So,
but to answer Carla's question, living a rogue life, yeah, we are in Shed Wars 24 now. If you are a member in good standing, um, and not a knucklehead, then you can continue to make videos and use the Shed Wars 24 and the hashtag Shed Wars. You know, I'll be putting out a video about all that, how we're going to do it. But your weight, whatever you're growing now, whatever you gather up or whatever, it counts for Shed Wars 24. You are free and clear to continue to press on. Um, this is a global competition, and it's hard to have a global competition and only have one or even two start dates. We're working on that. It's always an experiment in how to do it better. And so whatever we're doing now, it's going to be changed a little bit because, hey, we discovered something new, a new way of doing it. Because, somebody in South Florida is able to grow at a different time than somebody in North Canada or even Alaska or Kenya or Australia. Um, so we're working on some new ways to handle it. We have gone with two different hemispheres, but even that was um, problematic. You know, we want people to be able to grow and harvest. It's like somebody in the north is just shut down and can't grow any more food. Well, they might be out in the woods right now. They might be out there hunting in that snow. and
That's
they can
right.
be adding official weight to their team by bringing in a deer, and it counts because what we do is we go from fall equinox in the northern hemisphere on. That's when we start. So in the fall equinox, roughly we start like a month later. Um, but we that's when the the Earth's calendar is what we go by. So when it's the fall equinox here in the northern hemisphere, it's the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere, and then we finish back up at this time of the year. So it's a year round competition. Um,
And
and
gardening, and to answer Gardening Warriors Q's question is, we are definitely Shed Wars 24 is starting again. Even though your team will grow right now, just keep the season for the 23 has ended. We will be redoing a draft for the 2024 season, and we're going to do a mix up where everybody, we're going to be redoing a draft really, really, really soon. But always, like Robert was just saying, if you're still out there now in the hunting season, you still got stuff growing in the greenhouse, count that towards the 2024 season. Not 2023 is over.
yeah,
And we
yeah.
will be doing a redraft. And Gardening Warrior Q, you might just be on my team next year. How's that sound?
I think she's already on your team, John. All the interference that she's been working for you, all this little secret stuff information she's giving you. Um,
Well, Robert, that's between me and her. You know, I don't want to discuss my secret Asians, but she's on your team, but next year she might be on my team.
yeah,
So
but
whether she
it's
likes it or not, I don't care what you say. Actually, let me get on camera. Gardening Warrior Q, I really don't care whether you want to be on my team or not because I'm the captain. I'm doing the drafting. Robert is doing the drafting. And if I decide I'm going to pick you, you're on my team. How's that sound? Okay? Just like you, share a little piece of heaven farm. That's right. I'm talking to you. If I decide I want you on my team and Robert doesn't pick you, guess what? I'm taking you and I will control you and tame you. And all right, let me get back off this camera.
now gardening warrior Q. Okay, you are speaking to a captain of
Yeah,
ShedWars.
yeah, you are
You
speaking to a
do
captain, so watch it.
you do need to just calm your jets a little bit there, okay? Because he could pull out the penalty or something like that because you've been
That's right.
disrespectful.
I am
So,
the marshal.
so she says she's sorry. I know, at least to herself. So it's all good. We don't need to cost the team any kind of poundage or anything. We just got one night. Let's get through this.
And
We'll
the other
end.
one too, and the other one too. Let me and the other one too that I want to address right now that I see that she's here. Larks, homesteaders, you're the other one too, where I think that team you being on the Misfits is no good for you. I think you need to be under my leadership, where I will put you in your place and you will behave. Do you understand me, Larks? And I'm not joking about that either.
Mm.
I think they get the point.
Do y'all get the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that being said, I rest my case. I think they get the point.
Hmm. All right. Well, you heard him. Y'all make
I,
sure
I
you.
don't play around. The marshal does not play around.
Marshall does not play. Okay. So let's just reiterate that fact. He does not play around. Y'all write
Yeah,
that down.
so we will. So very soon, probably next weekend, we will have a draft. Not, well, not next weekend. We'll have a draft next.
Hey, hey,
We're
hey!
going
Don't
to
you go flapping
announce.
gums here. I don't know what we're gonna do now. You don't go committing me.
We're going to announce first of all is the winner of who won the 2023 season, and then we will be redrafting for the 2024 season, and and we're going to mix a couple things up because some people might end up on my team
Or they might not.
or they might not. That is correct.
Hmm. But yeah, we're gonna do something fun because it's. Here's the thing. It's like I said before. Just quickly, I want to say that you keep changing and tweaking things to make it better. You know, that's what
That's
you got
right.
to do. So
That is
that's
correct.
and some people get hung up on something. They say, well, that's not how we did it last year. It's like, yeah, that's right, but that was last year. You ain't walking the same as you was last year either, are you? Got that little catch in your hip, right? Okay, you hush. Things change. Because how you going to do that and make people that are in, let's say, Australia happy at the same time that you're making somebody in Canada happy? There ain't.
Exactly. At
It's
the
a
end of the
very big
day,
world.
right, you're absolutely right, Robert. At the end of the day, it's all just a bunch of friends in a community, having a good time with each other and teaching each other and learning from each other. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. That's the message. That's what's most important is everybody learning from each other, having fun and teaching each other.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about. I mean, look at
Yeah,
look at all the great, wonderful people that have taken the time on this Friday night to spend with myself and Robert.
yeah, it's
You
been pretty
guys are
cool.
wonderful people. It's all about community. That's what matters to all of us is, a bunch of friends getting together, and having fun, shooting the shit.
Yeah.
It's simple.
And here comes Wild Edible, our
Wild
sister,
edibles.
and we got Storms, Radios, and Cat. You
Yeah.
was paid off to come. I know, Barry.
They've
Storms,
been
Radios.
lurking. They've been lurking in the background. I know they have.
Uh huh. I
I
told him
I
I'd
know
send him
for a
$5.
fact. I know for a fact. Wild edibles has definitely been lurking in the background.
And Wild Edibles is
She's an
she's been
original
with us
member.
from the very beginning, year
She
one.
she was like the number one person right from the beginning.
Yeah,
Other
she's
than me and
a
you, she
wonderful
was like,
person.
yeah, yeah, boom.
Glad to see her. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing. We've made some very good friendships and relationships and everything
That's
through
right.
ShedWars through all this time, and that's uh, you know
Okay, so Barry Berry was stuck in another friend's life. Okay, I'll let you get away with that one. All right, that's fine.
oh, okay, all right, I see.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll send you $2.50 then. That's fine instead of five.
No, but
Oh
folks,
Lord,
it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to put this season of 23 to an end, and then we're going to, boom, it's already running now, and then Shed Wars 24 is already running now, so still keep track of everything that you're growing and deer hunting and duck hunting, whatever you're doing, because all of that does count for the 2024 season.
yep.
So keep track of it.
And if you live somewhere that is not up here in the northern hemisphere, if you're down in Australia or South America or India or wherever, or South Florida or Texas,
Or
and
Africa,
or Africa, wherever you are,
Tasmania. We got people from Tasmania. You
yeah,
know, all
wherever
that.
you are, if your gardening season is about to get started, send us an email, either to willitgrow76@gmail.com or homesteadaquarius@gmail.com, and we will see about bringing you into our community. Um, the big effort is to allow people to join when they're able to garden, and
Yeah,
be a part of that year. You
that's
know,
right.
it's great stuff because somebody will be, I look forward to the winter gardening that I'm going to see, because we've got some people that are committed to doing some indoor winter gardening. And we're going to see food being grown in the house at the same time. Possibly somebody's putting something in the ground, in their springtime. And that's just one of the things that makes Shed Wars a unique thing. Um, is that right there?
Yeah,
Because spring is always breaking somewhere in the world. Somebody's always putting in a garden. And if you're down in Antarctica, not so much. You know, yeah. Well, you're already in Shed Wars 24. Okay, Cheryl. Have a good evening. And it's John. I've been going here for more than 2 hours, brother, and I need to rest this. Need to rest my
absolutely.
voice,
I'm gonna
brother.
take a rest too. Little Piece of Heaven Farm. You have a wonderful night, Cheryl, and you know you might enjoy being in my company in 2024, where I think it's time I teach you a lesson on how to behave.
They behaving real good, brother. You don't worry about
Yeah,
how
I
they.
know because I think I scared the shit out of Cheryl, and she's finally understanding not to mess with me.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure of that. Yeah, she looks nervous in some of her videos. She's so scared of you. I've
She
seen
is. She is. She. I think I tamed her a little bit. Cheryl, she's a little scared shitless of me,
it. Yeah, yeah.
and
Oh
that's
boy.
good. And that's
Well,
good. You know.
on that, let's let everybody say goodbye, and let's let John. You want to say some words? Say bye to everybody. We'll shut
I
this
do want to
down.
say some words. I want to say everyone that has, in fact, turned in their emails. I appreciate it. Not only emails to myself and to Robert, the Misfits, uh, Homestead Aquarius, and Team Willie Grow, and to the whole community. You guys have done a wonderful job, and thank you so much for the participation. Uh, it's a blessing to be friends with all of you, and we get to spend some time together, and take a little breather from our normal lives, and have some fun. And I wish all of you a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, and remember, do not drink and drive. It's very dangerous.
All right. Thanks for coming up, John.
No
Um,
problem, Robert. I'm going to leave this studio, sir.
all right.
All right. You all have a wonderful night and stay. And guys, remember, there's a lot going to be happening in the next like week or two between the draft and between this and that. So you guys stay alert in the community, that this stuff is going to be happening soon. So don't say, oh, I didn't get a notification. I didn't know. Well, I'm telling you, there's a lot going on in the next week or two. So be sure to stay active. All right, Robert, I'm going to leave and sit in the background.
All right,
Have a
John.
good, have a good night, Robert.
All right, brother. You too. All right. I am going to shut her down now. You know, I don't like to just throw the brakes on and cause whiplash. So we'll be ending it. I'm gonna maybe get me a later evening kind of a snack. Getting a little hungry. All this talk about food earlier, and it's a shame I don't have any crab legs here. Eh, got corn dogs, but they ain't the same. Right? You can dip them in butter, but that just kills you faster. Oh, oh, need to go find me some crab legs, but anyhow, it's not going to happen. So anyhow, probably tomorrow night, outside Sunday, outside bet Sunday, but it's probably going to be tomorrow night. Sunday going to be cold. I think. Uh, we're going to wrap this up and declare Homestead Aquarius and Team Aquarius the winner once again. Is what's going to happen tomorrow night. And but we do all appreciate everybody here. Love all you folks, and thank you so much for having fun with us in 23, and get ready for 24. And we've had a delay with some of the things that we wanted to do, but we're going to be doing some of that during the winter too. Get some new things started, some fun things. So let me not ramble too much more. Um, y'all be good. I'm going to shut it down in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to hit the end button. Y'all be good. Do we want to end the stream? Yes, I do. Grab a partner. Hold on to your seat. Okay. Y'all be good. And that should have ended the stream. No, it says I'm still live. Okay, let's try this one more time. End. I want to end the stream. Oh, as I hit the X, it's got this big, bold button there that says end stream, or this little X in the window. And I chose the little X like a hillbilly. That's where it goes. Glad I waited. I'm glad I didn't start cussing John before I hit this thing. So, all right. Y'all be good. We'll see you. We'll see you next time.